Welcome back to the Car Geek, where we save you from making the kind of car purchase that has your neighbors asking, "You actually paid that much for that?" Today's list is packed with SUVs that people walk right past on used car lots. And honestly, that's the biggest favor they're doing for smart buyers. The first one is ridiculously underrated, but don't get too comfortable because the last SUV on this list makes some brand new crossovers look like overpriced grocery carts with cup holders. If you're tired of paying the so-called Toyota tax, you're about to have a very good day. Let's get into it. Number 5. Toyota Venza, 2009 to 2015. Let's kick things off with one of the biggest bargains hiding in plain sight. The Toyota Venza, specifically the first generation built from 2009 through 2015. This thing spent years sitting on dealership lots because nobody could figure out what it wanted to be. Was it a wagon? Was it an SUV? Was it a giant Camry wearing hiking boots? Even Toyota seemed to shrug their shoulders and say, "Hey, all of the above." And because buyers couldn't put it in a neat little box, they moved on. Their loss, your gain. Here's the funny part. People will happily pay thousands more for a used RAV4 with 150,000 miles because it has the magic Toyota SUV badge, while the Venza is sitting 5 parking spaces away, wondering what crime it committed. It's like showing up to a barbecue with the better steak and everyone still chooses the hot dogs because they're familiar. Now let's talk about why this thing deserves way more attention. Under the hood, you had 2 excellent choices. The base, 2.7-liter 4-cylinder is smooth, simple, and has a reputation for running forever with basic maintenance. If you want a little more excitement every time you merge onto the highway, the 3.5-liter V6 is where the real fun begins. That's Toyota's legendary 2GR-FE engine, one of those engines mechanics smile about because they rarely get to see them for anything other than routine service. The Venza rides on Toyota's proven K platform, sharing plenty of engineering DNA with the Camry of the same era, and even borrowing ideas from the Lexus RX. That means you're getting a vehicle that feels more refined than its used price tag would ever suggest. The suspension is comfortable without feeling like you're driving your living room couch down Interstate 80. Road trips, easy. Daily commuting, even easier. Fuel economy is respectable too. The 4-cylinder can deliver around 26 miles per gallon on the highway, while the V6 still manages roughly 23 miles per gallon, which isn't bad considering it has enough power to make highway passing feel effortless, instead of sounding like your engine is writing a goodbye letter. One of the biggest reasons these keep running forever is that Toyota didn't try to reinvent the wheel. Naturally aspirated engines, proven automatic transmissions, timing chains instead of timing belts, and engineering that was focused more on lasting decades than winning drag races against Mustangs leaving a stoplight. That's exactly the kind of boring engineering you actually want when you're shopping for a used SUV. If you're shopping in snow states, the available all-wheel drive system is another huge bonus. It's predictable, reliable, and doesn't require a PhD in electronics every time winter shows up. Throw on a good set of tires, and this thing will happily keep going while some expensive luxury crossover is sitting on the side of the road, flashing more warning lights than a Las Vegas casino. Inside, the Venza also punches above its weight. The cabin is surprisingly quiet, the seats are comfortable enough for long drives, and visibility is excellent. It doesn't scream for attention, and honestly, that's part of the appeal. It was designed for people who wanted dependable transportation instead of something to impress strangers they'll never meet again. So why does almost nobody talk about it? Because it never became a sales superstar. Buyers couldn't decide whether it was cool enough, sporty enough, or SUV enough. Meanwhile, it quietly built a reputation for being one of Toyota's most dependable hidden gems. Sometimes the best cars aren't the ones everybody wants. They're the ones everybody forgot. And that's exactly why it's such a smart buy today. You're getting Toyota reliability, Lexus-like comfort, available all-wheel drive, excellent long-term durability, low maintenance costs, and pricing that's often thousands less than the SUVs everyone is fighting over. If you stumble across a clean V6 all-wheel drive model with maintenance records, don't spend 3 weeks thinking about it. Somebody else who watches the Car Geek might beat you to it. Number 4. Honda Passport, 2019 to 2021. Coming in at number 4 is an SUV that somehow manages to be one of Honda's best products, while also being one of its least talked about. The Honda Passport, specifically the 2019 through 2021 models. This is the SUV people accidentally ignore because they walk into the dealership asking for a Pilot or a CR-V. The Passport is basically the middle child of Honda's lineup. It's standing there waving both arms while everyone else gets the attention. Think of it this way. The Pilot is the family minivan that hit the gym. The CR-V is the reliable kid who always does their homework. The Passport? That's the one who skipped the third-row seats because it realized most people never use them anyway. Why carry around extra seats when they're just going to hold grocery bags and old gym shoes? Under the hood is Honda's famous 3.5-liter J35 V6, producing 280 horsepower. This engine has earned its reputation the old-fashioned way, by surviving hundreds of thousands of miles without turning your wallet into a crime scene. It's naturally aspirated too, which means no turbochargers to worry about years down the road. Simplicity is a beautiful thing when you're shopping for a used SUV. Power is sent through a 9-speed automatic transmission, and yes, if you've spent enough time on internet forums, you've probably seen people arguing about it like it's a presidential debate. Early versions in some Honda models had software quirks, but by the time the Passport rolled around, Honda had already sorted out most of those issues. Keep the transmission fluid changed every 30,000 to 40,000 miles, and this gearbox has proven to be extremely dependable. The Passport also comes with Honda's excellent IVT M4 all-wheel drive system, and this isn't one of those AWD systems that only wakes up after you've already started sliding toward the ditch. It actively sends power where it's needed, making snow, rain, gravel roads, and even light off-road trails surprisingly easy to handle. No, it won't replace a lifted Wrangler climbing mountains, but it'll get you to the ski lodge without making your palms sweat. Fuel economy lands around 24 miles per gallon on the highway, which is perfectly respectable for a mid-size SUV powered by a V6. More importantly, it doesn't have to work overtime to move itself. Press the gas, and it actually responds. That's becoming a rare luxury these days when some turbocharged 4 cylinders sound like they're negotiating with management before accelerating. One thing owners constantly praise is just how comfortable the Passport feels. You get wide seats, excellent visibility, plenty of rear seat room, and a cargo area that's genuinely useful. It's the kind of SUV where you can throw camping gear, golf clubs, a giant Costco shopping trip, or your dog's entire collection of unnecessary toys into the back without playing automotive Tetris. Honda also kept maintenance fairly straightforward. Oil changes, transmission service, brake fluid, coolant, spark plugs when the time comes. Nothing exotic, nothing outrageously expensive. That's exactly what you want if you're planning to keep a vehicle for the next 10 years instead of trading it in every time Apple releases a new iPhone. So why doesn't everyone buy one? Because buyers tend to look at the Pilot first. They assume bigger automatically means better. Then others head straight to the CR-V because it's cheaper. The Passport quietly gets overlooked, even though it arguably hits the sweet spot between the two. It's spacious without feeling oversized, capable without pretending to be an off-road monster, and reliable enough to make your mechanic wonder if you moved out of town. That's what makes it such a hidden value today. Used prices are often significantly lower than comparable Toyota models, yet you're getting one of Honda's most proven powertrains, excellent build quality, available all-wheel drive, and an SUV that's just as happy driving across the country as it is making a quick run to Home Depot on a Saturday morning. And don't go anywhere yet, because if you think these first 2 SUVs are impressive, the next one proves you don't need a luxury badge or a luxury payment to drive something that feels surprisingly premium. Number 3. Mitsubishi Outlander GT, 2013 to 2021. Now we're getting into the SUVs that make you wonder if the used car market collectively forgot how to read. At number 3 sits the Mitsubishi Outlander GT, specifically the 2013 through 2021 models. And before somebody clicks away because they heard the word Mitsubishi, hear me out. The same people who laugh at this SUV are usually making monthly payments the size of a mortgage on something that's spending more time at the dealership than in their driveway. Mitsubishi has become one of those brands people ignore almost out of habit. Mention the name and somebody immediately starts acting like you suggested buying a shopping cart with headlights. Meanwhile, the Outlander GT is sitting quietly in the corner, minding its own business, ready to outlive half the crossovers parked next to it. Now, here's the important part, because not every Outlander is created equal. If you're shopping for one of these, stick with the 3.0-liter V6, paired with the 6-speed automatic transmission. That's the combination you want. Walk right past the 2.4-liter 4-cylinder with the CVT. because while plenty of them have been fine, they simply don't have the same long-term reputation. If you're looking for the hidden gem, don't settle for the runner-up. That 3.0-liter V6 has built a reputation for being incredibly dependable. It's naturally aspirated, delivers smooth power, and doesn't rely on complicated turbochargers or fancy engineering tricks to get the job done. Sometimes the best engine is the one that just wakes up every morning, does its job, and asks for nothing more than regular oil changes. The paired 6-speed automatic transmission is another reason enthusiasts hunt for the GT trim. It's predictable, durable, and refreshingly simple. No weird hesitation, no rubber band feeling, no wondering whether the transmission is thinking about shifting or writing a novel before it finally changes gears. Fuel economy is surprisingly reasonable, too. Expect roughly 27 miles per gallon on the highway, depending on drivetrain and driving habits. Considering you're driving a V6 all-wheel drive SUV, that's a pretty respectable number. Besides, most people lose more fuel sitting in Starbucks drive-thrus than they ever will owning one of these. One thing Mitsubishi deserves more credit for is durability. The company backed many of its vehicles with an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and manufacturers don't usually make promises like that unless they're reasonably confident the vehicle isn't going to explode halfway through soccer practice. Another reason these Outlanders age so well is the engine design itself. The V6 uses timing chains instead of timing belts, along with traditional port fuel injection, meaning you don't have to constantly worry about carbon buildup that affects many modern direct injection-only engines. It's old-school engineering in the best possible way, simple enough that your mechanic won't need 3 software updates just to perform routine maintenance. Starting around 2016, the Outlander also received noticeable improvements inside and out. Better materials, a quieter cabin, updated styling, and an overall more refined driving experience. It still isn't trying to compete with luxury SUVs, but it definitely feels more expensive than its used price suggests. Inside, there's enough room for families, road trips, and all the random junk we somehow convince ourselves we need to carry around every day. And yes, it even offers an available third row. Is it perfect for adults? Let's just say if your friends complain about sitting back there, they can drive next time. So why is this SUV still so cheap? Because Mitsubishi's brand image never recovered in North America. Buyers assume that if it isn't wearing a Honda, Toyota, or Subaru badge, it must not be worth considering. That's exactly the kind of thinking that creates bargains. While everyone else is paying extra for the logo on the grille, you're paying for the vehicle itself. That's why the Outlander GT earns its place on this list. You're getting a proven V6 engine, dependable automatic transmission, available all-wheel drive, practical interior space, reasonable fuel economy, and ownership costs that are refreshingly low. It may not win every beauty contest, but neither does your Uncle Bob, and somehow he still thinks cargo shorts belong at weddings. And trust me, don't click away yet. If this SUV surprised you, the next one proves that sometimes the smallest vehicle on the lot can embarrass crossovers that cost twice as much. Number 2. Mazda CX-3, 2016 to 2022. At number 2, we've got an SUV that's proof you don't need something the size of a small apartment building to have a fantastic daily driver. Meet the Mazda CX-3, built from 2016 through 2022. This little crossover has been quietly doing everything right while most buyers walked past it on their way to bigger SUVs they probably didn't need in the first place. Let's be honest for a second. Somewhere in America, there's a guy driving a full-size SUV to pick up 1 gallon of milk and a loaf of bread. Meanwhile, the CX-3 owner is spending less on gas, smiling through every corner, and wondering why everyone else insists on driving what feels like a school bus. The CX-3 rides on Mazda's incredibly solid Mazda 2 platform, and under the hood sits one of Mazda's best engines, the 2.0-liter Skyactiv G4 cylinder. It produces around 146 horsepower, and before anyone says that's not enough, remember this SUV weighs significantly less than most compact crossovers. It doesn't need huge horsepower numbers to feel lively. More importantly, the engine is about as reliable as sunrise. Mazda engineered the Skyactiv family with efficiency and longevity in mind, instead of chasing flashy horsepower figures that look good in commercials but disappear after 200,000 miles. The result is an engine that has earned a reputation for routinely crossing extremely high mileage with little more than routine maintenance. Backing it up is Mazda's excellent 6-speed automatic transmission. No CVT, no fake shifting, no weird drone every time you accelerate onto the freeway. just a traditional automatic that's smooth, responsive, and proven to last. Honestly, driving one after spending time in some CVT-equipped crossovers feels like finally taking your backpack off after carrying it around all day. Fuel economy is another huge reason people love these things. Expect around 34 miles per gallon on the highway, depending on drivetrain and driving habits. That's economy car efficiency wrapped inside an SUV body. Your wallet starts smiling every time you drive past another gas station. Now let's talk about what really separates the CX-3 from many competitors: the driving experience. Mazda has always believed that affordable cars don't have to feel boring, and the CX-3 proves it. The steering feels sharp, the suspension stays composed through corners, and it actually makes running errands a little more entertaining. Imagine that, a grocery run that doesn't feel like a punishment. Mazda also made enormous improvements to corrosion protection compared to some of its older vehicles from the early 2000s. If you live somewhere that gets snow, road salt, or winters that seem personally offended by your existence, that's a huge advantage. Later CX-3 models have proven to resist rust far better than the brand's older reputation might suggest. Inside, you'll notice another Mazda trademark: quality. The materials feel nicer than you'd expect at this price point. The dashboard layout is clean, and everything has that slightly upscale feel without pretending it's a luxury SUV. It's one of those cabins where people climb in and immediately say, "Wait, this is a Mazda?" Now let's address the elephant in the room before the internet comments do. Yes, it's small, really small. If you're planning to drive your entire extended family to Thanksgiving dinner, you might need to strap Uncle Steve to the roof rack. Rear seat space isn't exactly limousine territory, and cargo room is limited compared to larger crossovers. But here's the thing. That's exactly why many buyers overlook it. They automatically assume bigger is better. In reality, if you're single, a couple, a college student, a retiree, or someone who simply doesn't haul furniture every weekend, the CX-3 is more than enough vehicle. Why pay extra for space you'll almost never use? Maintenance costs stay refreshingly low as well. Oil changes, brakes, tires, filters, nothing outrageous, nothing exotic. Mechanics generally like working on these because the engineering is straightforward, and owners love them because they don't seem to develop a new expensive surprise every 6 months. So why is the CX-3 still one of the best bargains on the used market? Because buyers keep chasing bigger SUVs with bigger price tags, assuming they're automatically getting a better vehicle. Meanwhile, the CX-3 quietly delivers outstanding reliability, excellent fuel economy, surprisingly premium build quality, available all-wheel drive, and enough driving enjoyment to make your commute something you actually look forward to. And if you think this little Mazda is impressive, don't celebrate just yet, because the #1 SUV on this list is the one that keeps making Honda and Toyota loyalists scratch their heads when they realize how much value they've been overlooking. Number 1. Mazda CX-5, 2013 to 2022. And finally, we've reached number 1. If you've been waiting for some overpriced luxury SUV with enough screens to launch a satellite, sorry to disappoint you. The smartest buy on this list is something much better. The Mazda CX-5, specifically models built from 2013 through 2022. This is one of those rare vehicles that keeps making people ask, "Wait, why didn't I buy one of these sooner?" The funniest part? Mention Mazda in a room full of car shoppers and half of them immediately say, "Yeah, but it's not a Toyota." Then those same people happily spend $5,000 more on a used RAV4 with an interior that feels like it was designed by a microwave. Brand loyalty is a funny thing. The CX-5 has quietly built one of the best reputations in the entire compact SUV segment. Under the hood, you'll usually find Mazda's outstanding 2.5-liter Skyactiv G 4-cylinder, paired with one of the smoothest 6-speed automatic transmissions in its class. It's a combination that's become famous for one simple reason: it just refuses to quit. One of the biggest engineering advantages of this engine is Mazda's dual injection system, which uses both port injection and direct injection. Now that might sound like something only engineers get excited about, but here's why it actually matters. Many modern direct injection-only engines eventually suffer from carbon buildup on the intake valves. Mazda's system dramatically reduces that problem by using port injection whenever appropriate, helping keep the engine cleaner over hundreds of thousands of miles. Translation? Less carbon, fewer headaches, and fewer reasons to become best friends with your local repair shop. The naturally aspirated design is another huge plus. No turbochargers spinning at ridiculous speeds, no extra heat, and fewer expensive components waiting to surprise you after the warranty expires. Sometimes boring engineering is exactly what creates exciting ownership. Performance is also better than many people expect. With around 187 horsepower, the CX-5 feels responsive without sacrificing efficiency. Highway merging is easy, passing slower traffic doesn't require a written permission slip, and the engine remains smooth even after years of ownership. Fuel economy is another strong point. Expect roughly 30 miles per gallon on the highway, depending on the drivetrain and how heavy your right foot is. If you drive like you're qualifying for the Daytona 500 every morning, your results may vary dramatically. The all-wheel drive system deserves plenty of praise, too. Mazda tuned it to react quickly whenever road conditions change, giving drivers extra confidence in rain, snow, or slippery roads without making the SUV feel heavy or sluggish during normal driving. Then there's the interior, and honestly, this is where Mazda starts making the competition uncomfortable. Slide inside a well-equipped CX-5, and you'll notice soft-touch materials, supportive seats, a clean dashboard layout, and an overall premium feel that makes you wonder whether somebody accidentally swapped price tags with a luxury brand. It's one of those vehicles where passengers assume you spent significantly more than you actually did. The driving experience is another area where the CX-5 consistently punches above its weight. The steering feels precise, body roll is well controlled, and it actually enjoys corners instead of treating every turn like an emergency meeting. Most compact SUVs drive like household appliances. The CX-5 actually remembers it's supposed to be a car. Reliability data has only strengthened its reputation over the years. Owners regularly report reaching 200,000 to 250,000 miles, and many continue far beyond that with nothing more than regular maintenance. Keep up with oil changes roughly every 7,500 miles. Replace transmission fluid at appropriate intervals, stay ahead of basic maintenance, and this SUV will reward you with years of dependable service. Whether you choose an early 2013 through 2016 first-generation model or the beautifully refined 2017 through 2022 second-generation, you're getting one of the most dependable compact SUVs available on the used market today. So why isn't everyone buying one? Because Mazda still lives in the shadow of Honda and Toyota. Buyers automatically assume those are the only two brands capable of building reliable vehicles. Meanwhile, Mazda quietly keeps building SUVs that are just as dependable, more enjoyable to drive, often nicer inside, and usually thousands of dollars cheaper. And that's exactly why the CX-5 earns the top spot. It delivers outstanding reliability, excellent fuel economy, premium interior quality, responsive handling, available all-wheel drive, low ownership costs, and long-term durability that's right up there with the industry's biggest names. You're getting luxury-level refinement without the luxury-sized repair bills or the luxury-sized ego that sometimes comes with the badge. So there you have it. 5 SUVs that most shoppers overlook while chasing the same overpriced models everyone else is fighting over. Sometimes, the smartest vehicle isn't the one with the biggest reputation. It's the one quietly sitting in the corner, waiting for someone who actually did their homework. If you learned something today, congratulations. You've officially become more dangerous at a used car lot than the salesperson trying to convince you that nitrogen-filled tires are a life-changing upgrade. Thanks for hanging out with the Car Geek. If you enjoyed this list, subscribe, because we've got plenty more hidden gems, reliable bargains, and brutally honest car advice coming your way. And remember, buy the right used car once. And laugh every month you don't have a $700 car payment. We'll see you in the next video.